All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this episode, of The Unlimited Truth. It's your brother Erok, in Unlimited Production, and we just gonna jump into this Erok because it's the same. I'm kind of getting tired of this. It's like, and I feel like I've said this before, man. We don't need to come up here every time a game goes to PlayStation, because I don't understand, Iraq, how everybody's still having this reaction. Like we went over this last year in January with the four games. Then we went over it months later when Forza. Then we went over it again with Indiana Jones. Then we went over again this summer with Gears.
Years.
If you don't know that the Xbox was putting their games everywhere at this point, I can't help you, man. I can't. But E-Rock, man, it's been another wild ride. A lot of people are. I don't know. I don't know how people got the energy to be pissed at Xbox over everything. But we're gonna talk about it all, man. We're gonna talk about it all because
Uh, I
we have
mean,
a yeah. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I mean, I think we need to put this in context because I think we're going to hang out for about an hour, maybe. Because you got
Hmm.
you got you got a lot of things that you got to do. I got things I got to
Yeah, yeah,
do,
yeah. Well,
and it's like,
today I'm good. That's why we live.
okay, you and I seem to be the only guys, and I'm not knocking anybody else
Insane.
who are looking at this logically. To put this in context, because people are going to watch this
Hmm.
podcast later. To put this in some kind of context, Xbox announced a couple of days ago a Halo. It's called Halo Campaign Evolved. It's a
Yes.
remaster of the original Halo, and it looks fantastic. Running
Oh
on
man, I was
Unreal Engine
impressed.
5. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming to Xbox, PC, and it's what's good, Coco Fiend, and it's coming to PS5. And of course, you get the usual knee-jerk reactions. People are upset. People
Hmm.
are amazing. This is Halo, the last bastion of Xbox, going to PlayStation. And to put this in context, the reactions that I've been seeing from the media, from friends and our esteemed colleagues alike, and from people who I watch on YouTube and I enjoy their videos, like our friend Fletcher from Xbox Nation,
Yeah.
the sentiment I'm getting is that Xbox has lost their identity. Xbox has thrown in the towel. Xbox has given up. I'm also getting Xbox has betrayed the Xbox fan base. Xbox has they're no longer the Xbox culture is no longer what it used to be. And
Right.
I've owned Xbox consoles for 20 years, young man and adult, unlimited production, and I still don't know what the Xbox culture is. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what that means. But the thing is, basically, what we're getting is this is Xbox's big exclusive. How could they do this? They're catering to PlayStation fans. They're catering to other gamers besides X, and they're letting down the Xbox fan base. And I've been processing this stuff. What's up, Six Layer? I've been processing this stuff all week, and Unlimited. You remember when I think one of the first shots fired was Sea of Thieves. Was it 2 years ago? Because time flies.
It was January 2024.
Okay, very good, very because I know Unlimited Production has dates, figures, math. This dude has fucking financials. He has it all remembered. And I had a fit. I was like, I can't believe it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Not my precious Sea of Thieves, not the game that I championed back in 2018 when everybody was talking garbage about it and talking garbage
Hmm.
about. So after a while, after Sea of Thieves went over to PlayStation, and after Hi-Fi Rush went over to PlayStation,
Hmm.
and after Gears of War, the remaster went over to PlayStation. It took me a long, long, long time to get with the program and realize what Xbox are doing and how Xbox becoming a bigger brand, how Xbox growing and getting bigger only benefits us. But there is a strong unlimited production, and that's why we're here this morning to talk about
Hmm.
this. I definitely want to get your opinions. I
Yeah.
know what your opinions are, but I like to hear it out of your mouth because it's usually so eloquent and intelligent and to the point.
Hmm.
Um, there is a growing sentiment that Xbox is no longer Xbox. Xbox is trying to cater to the very people that hated them all these years.
Yeah.
The Xbox is not for the Xbox
It's
gamer anymore.
the wording in this discussion is so important, right? Because I saw because I'm the same as you. I curate my experience to not see all the BS, right?
Hmm.
But it's not perfect, right? So, example, I saw a video yesterday that said Xbox was, and this is the word they use, threatened to release an expensive console, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
The word
Wow.
threatened. I'm like, how the fuck are you threatened with the video game? Right? And the reason why I say that because what you're saying is the word catering. And I'm like, how are they catering the ponies, the PlayStation fans? They're a company that's just releasing software on every. Listen, this is what they did with Word some years ago. You know what it did for I mean not my Microsoft Word, Excel, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Instead of it being locked to Windows a long time ago, now it's on your phone, it's on Apple,
Apple.
and all that stuff. iOS, right? And you know what happened? Oh, Microsoft grew, right? And so this is what happened. The old listen, if the old strategy was working, and I hate to say it, guys, if the old strategy was working, they wouldn't have needed to pivot, right? So that tells and unfortunately, a decade ago when we were getting Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, um, Dead Rising 3, that fighting game, Killer Instinct,
Killer Instinct.
right? We got all these exclusives and they weren't selling. Unfortunately, that's on us. And people could sit here and say, "Oh, but the media." Guys, our dollar should have pushed that forward. We should have been, yeah, everybody talking about the Xbox gaming culture should have been strong enough to carry the brand then, and unfortunately, it wasn't. Right. So what happened? Then we get Game Pass, and they put games on there day one. And I remember Xbox fans losing their mind over that, and they ended up being wrong. By the way,
Yep.
how can if the game is free, I'm not going to value it the way I do paying $60. Yeah, that's the stupid shit they were saying and tweeting.
Crazy talk.
Yeah,
Crazy talk.
absolute nonsense, right? Right?
Oh my god.
So they were doing that, but the games were still exclusive, right? And yeah, they were doing good on Game Pass, but still, some weren't. Like it, the mentality kind of switched from that to well, let's see how people are, because the most important thing right now these days is stuff like engagement and player numbers and player count over specifically sales, right? But even then, that's people games like the Gunk didn't make a big impact on Game Pass. So South of Midnight was seen as woke garbage, even though it wasn't. Um, Games like Redfall, a great game that was hated so much they had to close the studio. And
Yep.
at some point, you got to start making money, right? At some point, you got to start getting back anything from all these. And Eternal, man, I'm gonna block you today. I don't feel like arguing with you, homie.
We
Yeah,
got what?
he's a PlayStation guy, and usually he comes in and say all the PlayStation stuff. I don't feel like arguing with
I
him.
heard that, man. I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah.
Basically, and the thing is, unlimited production, man. To put in context what you're saying into Six Layer and everybody else that's listening, I don't know how long a lot of you been rocking with Xbox,
Hmm.
but I've been with Xbox since 2002, right? And I've seen the brand grow. I was there for the Xbox 360 era, and I was there for that Xbox One era. And I'm going to tell you my honest opinion. I very much enjoyed the Xbox One era, but
Loved it.
that was a very
Hmm.
rough 8 or 9 years. It was
Yes.
rough because I had just started the Erok X channel. That's when I met
Mhm.
Hebot and all these other people and discovered Crap Gamer and Zaire.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that coming into this YouTube world that there was like grown ass men arguing about video games, and
Hmm.
that I'd be one of those grown ass men. And I didn't know that there was this hate campaign against Xbox after all the success they had during the Xbox 360 era. So basically, as I follow Xbox, and I follow a lot of successful businesses because I like to learn. I like to learn things so I can at least be equipped to have a conversation with you and other people, right?
Right.
And it seems to me that the Xbox brand, what they were doing wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, what they were doing was, we're going to come out with all these great games in limited production, just said Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, Rise, and hopefully that will get you to buy an Xbox. And sadly, there were a lot of people that just were not, and you know this unlimited production, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what, going to buy an Xbox, no matter what they say. Oh
Yep.
man, well, if that Dragon game that got canceled had it came out, I would have bought an Xbox. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, no, you wouldn't. I forgot the name of that
Ah,
damn game from Platinum Games that got.
Scalebound, man.
Thank you very much,
Oh man.
Scalebound. If Scalebound had it came out, then
Oh.
I would have bought an Xbox One. No, you wouldn't. And we now the data shows that you wouldn't. The data shows
Mm-hmm.
that you wouldn't have bought an Xbox One. So what Xbox was doing, with the exception of the Xbox 360 era, Xbox was, it's like a basketball game, or no, because a basketball game you can still get into the hunt in the basketball game, a couple of
Yeah.
3 pointers and you're in there. It's a football game where you're playing from behind. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what it was.
Yep.
They were playing from behind, not just in sales of hardware. They were playing from behind in sales of software. There was a time when PlayStation had all the studios. There
Yep.
was a time when all Nintendo needed to do was sell a Mario and a Zelda, and they were the darlings of the industry, right? So we saw during the Xbox One era that Xbox didn't have enough studios. There were game cancellations, and Phil Spencer's previous management were locked in a cycle of paying for timed exclusivity, which got the Xbox brand nowhere. They were
Mm-hmm.
always playing from behind, always third place, always the butt of everybody's jokes. So what we saw over the last, I'll say 9 or almost, I'll say 8 years, the
Yeah.
creation of Game Pass, the acquisition of Activision, which I thought would never happen.
Mm-mm.
When I was a kid, Activision was one of the biggest companies in the world. I never thought they would sell. I
Yep.
never thought that Bethesda and their parent company would sell, right? So, Unlimited Production and I had said back in 2020 that we saw a paradigm shift, a change in how business was operated in the gaming space. That it wasn't about locking down games and locking down timed exclusivities, it was about flat out buying publishers.
Yeah.
That was the shift in the business model, how things were done, the paradigm shift, the shift in how we normally operate business. We saw the rise of a company called Tencent over in
Mm-hmm.
China, and another company buying up the company that made Tomb Raider and stuff. And there was something bigger going on Unlimited Production than this outdated console war, which Unlimited Production said himself back in 2020 on one of our podcasts. I remember it like it was yesterday. Unlimited Productions said so eloquently and so smartly, we are no longer Erok in the console wars. We are in the content wars, sort
Yep.
of like Netflix, sort of like Amazon Prime, sort of like HBO Max. And so Xbox, from always playing from behind, Xbox made a decision that I didn't agree with at first, but now I see what they're doing and I fully understand it. Unlimited Production, Xbox said, okay, we can't get Crap Gamer and MGB and all these guys, Repulse Gaming and Tyrone Magnus. We can't get you to buy an Xbox. You're never going to buy an Xbox. For some reason, you hate our brand. Okay, fine. What we're going to do is we're going to get you to buy the software, and we're going to get you to buy the software where you play, right? Now, to some people, like some esteemed friends and colleagues of ours, they see
Mm-hmm.
that as bowing down or bending the knee. I see that as predatory and hostile takeover.
Right.
I see that as, if you're not going to buy our Xbox, you're going to join our ecosystem whether you want to or not, because we know you want the games. Sea of Thieves proved this. Forza Horizon proved this. They are going to play Halo campaign Evolve. They're already putting up their videos now from the little demo they got. They're
Mm-hmm.
playing it. They're excited about the game. I've never seen this much engagement and excitement about Halo or Gears of War in years. You can't pay for that kind of publicity, unlimited production.
Right.
So whatever Xbox is doing is working. But what I've been seeing is instead of people realizing that Xbox, the brand, is in the best place they've ever been in their 22 or 23-year history, they're seeing it's a betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
The Xbox fans are being let down by Xbox. The Xbox gaming culture has been betrayed. And how can you put Halo on PlayStation? You're catering to people who hate you anyway. And my thing is, they're not catering to anybody. They're making money. They're
Yes.
making money by putting their games that have been dormant for years. No one has played Halo Combat Evolved or the first Gears of War in years, except for guys like me, who every once in a while, if you go down memory lane, these games are just sitting, collecting dust. Why not make money off of them? And that money goes into Game Pass and gets us stuff like the outer, what's it called? The Outer Worlds,
Yes.
day and date. 55 games, day and date. It's a trade off.
70 is 75 plus.
75. It's a trade off, but it's also a smart business decision. Now,
Yes.
limited production.
See,
Nobody wanted revenge against PlayStation more than me. But
right.
that thinking was not helping me.
Yes.
It's not helping you.
Yeah, and that's why I've been saying for a minute now, Erok, that gamers need to get out. When I say that, I mean specifically us, the Xbox guys. Y'all got to get out the console war mindset, and that's everybody's problem. What they're stuck on is 2006 of, hey, you got this box and these games, and the other guys say, oh, I got this box and these games, and y'all argue over some arbitrary BS that nobody at Microsoft actually cares about. Hell,
Facts.
nobody at Sony gives a shit about it either, right? No, they're not sitting on Twitter reading Tim Dog praising Sony.
Reading Jay Barry's comments.
Yeah.
Oh, the Xbox brand is lost. They're lost.
Yeah.
Well, look at this article that Unlimited Production just put up.
Yeah.
Here's the proof, because Unlimited Production operates on facts, not feelings.
Mhm.
6 of the 10 best-selling games on PlayStation last quarter in the United States were published by Microsoft.
Yes. Not and you know what that does? That dispels all the PlayStation fans acting like their games were the greatest thing ever. Well, y'all aren't buying the games. All right? And that's what the stuff has pivoted to me. And by the way, unlike most people, Erok, I've read a lot of articles, and I've actually went ahead and listened to the words interviews from the big three, Phil, Sarah, Matt Booty.
Mhm.
So I got it directly from their mouths instead of all this nonsense. Because for some reason, people sit there and they rather listen to fucking Reforged Gamer who don't work at Microsoft, never worked on a game before, have zero experience in the video game industry outside of talking about it on YouTube. Over the actual people and the actual heads of companies and reading the actual data. I don't understand why. Someone in the chat said Xbox echo chamber. To me, it's an echo chamber when you ignore all facts just to be on your fucking Xbox hate campaign for people who has no legitimacy whatsoever. That's an echo chamber. All I do is listen. What I do, I sit there, man, and I sit there, right, and I try to absorb the facts, and I try to get all the knowledge I can and make my conclusion that way. So when Xbox has record breaking, like they did the last quarter, record breaking revenue last quarter, what I'm saying, they're trying to be more profitable. I adjust. Listen, I'm not someone who stays stuck on ideas, especially with something like video games. I don't stay stuck on the PlayStation hate campaign just because they did shitty shit to Sega 2 decades ago. Yeah, it sucked, but guys, you got to move over that shit. Them days are over. The measurement of success has been software for like the last 7-8 years now. It hasn't been how many consoles sold.
Software, yes.
Yeah, it hasn't been it hasn't, you know what I'm saying? And the PlayStation fans are trying to jump in the chat. Yeah, I listen, guys, I don't cope, man. I don't be upset. Listen, you guys are so stuck on the console wars. Y'all don't understand anything else other than fighting over fucking plastic. Guys, like Erok has said for years, I don't fight over toys. The moment that this podcast is over, man, I'm gonna get you out here because you trolling, man, Albert. Yeah, but the moment,
And you know what? And you know what? That's okay if they want to troll. That's okay if you want to say that we're coping.
yeah,
Listen, here's the crazy thing. Before you get these guys out of here, here's the crazy thing. We don't need to cope. We have more games than we can play. We don't need to
yeah,
cope. You guys
yeah,
are right now. I'm gonna just spit some facts, right? You guys right now, you barely played Ghost of Yotai,
yeah.
and you're waiting
Matter of fact, y'all,
possibly.
y'all hate that game because it's a woman.
That's right. You're waiting for Wolverine, praying that comes out on time. Praying that we're not waiting for shit over here at Xbox. We're getting
Yeah,
game after game after game after game after game. So if that's coping, then I'm coping like a motherfucker.
yeah,
All
yeah.
all we do here is spit facts, and here are the facts right in front of you. And I'm sure this article can be fact checked by several other articles. Xbox gaming revenue is up thanks to PlayStation. How is that
Yes,
a cope? All unlimited production and I deal with is facts. We don't deal in emotion. And a lot of our friends and a lot of people I admire, like Fletcher over at Xbox Nation, I love his videos because he's always letting you know when all the dope ass Xbox sales are going down. I look forward to his videos. I'm like, man, he got a new video up, bang. But I can hear it in his voice. He sounds defeated. Our friends, very close friends of ours in the gaming community, sound defeated. And it's like, what are you defeated for? You've
right.
won.
Yeah,
You're winning.
yeah.
You're winning.
It's because they'll get someone like Eternal in their chat and for some reason take them seriously. Like, dude, Eternal, I didn't say console wars are bad. But what it is pointless. Let's be real. At the end of the day, dude, if God of War went to Xbox, are you going to sit there fuming, or are you just going to play God of War and enjoy it anyway? If you can't do that, I can't help you because you know what? Because you know what? Listen, the Netflix isn't exclusive to iPhone; it's on everything. There's no exclusive Bank of America app. That's the
No,
world we live in, man. Listen, guys. I know, and it's kind of funny how PlayStation fans want us to be mad so much to where they convince themselves that we cope because of toys.
because
Toys.
of
I'm gonna start using
Halo.
yeah.
We played
Yeah,
Halo.
yeah, who gives a shit, man? Even if we didn't play Halo, Battle World 2 is on PlayStation, and that might be my game of the year so far.
Yeah,
And at no point of playing Battle World 2, and I think, fuck, man, this game's on PlayStation. How can I enjoy this? That's what people be sounding like to me when I see them mad over video games. Guys, I say it time and time again. You're never going to convince your boy Unlimited to be that upset over video games. No, not this shit, man.
no.
This ain't politics. This ain't something that's going to affect my future or present. You know
I,
what I'm
I,
saying?
yeah, I would spit some facts to PlayStation Nation if they want to be in your comments section. The fact of the matter that Xbox is now the number one selling publisher on PlayStation
Yeah,
should be a point of embarrassment, not just to you, but to PlayStation. Because what
yeah,
that means, unlimited production, is that PlayStation has no games. If this competitor you fought with for 20 years, they are now the best-selling publisher on your platform, it means your games are selling or you have no games. And instead of taking issue with unlimited production and saying he's coping, you should be calling up whoever the president of Sony is this right today, because it changes every other fucking week, and say, yo, man, where are the games at? How did you let Xbox become the number one selling publisher on your fucking box?
yes,
That's the question you guys should be asking yourself. But I think with a lot of these people like Fletcher, who I love his videos, I love him dearly. Don't even know him, but I love his videos. I love his channel. And our dear friends in the community, and even on our podcast. I mean, this is personal to them because,
yes,
like me, Unlimited Production. I'm not gonna lie. They wanted revenge, not just on PlayStation for what
mm-hmm.
PlayStation did to Sega, but they wanted revenge for all those years we were on YouTube and
Yep,
they were fighting with all of these dudes in the community. All of these dudes showed up in their fucking comment section talking shit. They basically wanted revenge for all of the nasty shit that the PlayStation fan base did to them and myself over the years of the Erok X channel. But something happens between now and then. I hate to say this. I grew up. I grew
mm-hmm.
up and realized that if this shit don't apply, let it fly. I got games over here that I can't finish, a constant flood of games coming in, and Halo going to PlayStation doesn't matter to me, doesn't affect me. no more than a fucking ant getting stuck in a fucking a droplet of honey because I played fucking Halo. And yes, like Faded Blaze said, people keep forgetting that Helldivers 2 is on Xbox. Not just Helldivers 2, but that horrible ass walking simulator,
Yeah.
Death Stranding. And more Sony games are coming to Xbox because slowly but surely, PlayStation is looking at the money that Xbox is making
Mm-hmm.
on their platform and saying, yo, we have got to change our strategy. Microsoft saw that their old business model of putting out great exclusives on the Xbox One and hoping that you would buy a Xbox, they saw that that wasn't working. So what do smart businesses do? They pivot, they pivot, they pivot. And this is a smart pivot. It's a smart pivot. One, to get more games out there to more people, because I have to agree with Fatanga, and I have to agree with oh no, it's Alex who said games being locked down by exclusivity is kind of stupid, and
Yeah.
they're
You
kind
know
of
who
right.
also said that? Sarah Bond.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
called them antiquated. I was looking
yeah.
for the actual article, but I found this one. Where she said that the concept of exclusives is antiquated. So yeah.
I've been saying for the longest time, how much money would stupid, antiquated Nintendo make if they took Nintendo's greatest hits like Mario, the original Mario Brothers, or Donkey Kong Country, which was a Nintendo published game, but it was basically a rare game, right? And if they put that in a collection and put it on Xbox, they could charge $60 for it, and people will pay. The fact that you are ignoring all this money to stay locked in a fucking console war is stupid. And if there's a board of directors, they should be fucking fired for not doing business. Xbox is doing business. I don't agree with the pricing of the Xbox
Yeah.
Rogue
Yeah.
Alley handheld, but they are doing business. And I don't know what's happening with the next Xbox console, which Sarah Bond calls a premium box, but they are doing business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd rather Xbox be doing business than doing no business because when they do business, we benefit. Of course, you're going to see the little PlayStation fanboys in the comment section. Do you know why? Because they live for this shit. They live for this nonsense. And the fact that there are people out there like Fletcher, like our friends, he bought and Sega Forever, who let these comments bother them, like I used
Yeah.
to, Unlimited. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
I used to let the comments bother me, right?
Right.
But I think the last couple of years, getting off of social media, getting rid
Mm-hmm.
of Instagram, getting
It,
rid
it,
of
it
Twitter,
really clears your mind up, man, and change your perception how stupid all that shit is.
that shit is still going on without
Yeah.
me. It's still out there arguing over video games. Like this is like I always said they're living in the era of Genesis does what
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo, which was a
Yeah.
slogan back when you were a kid. I think
Yeah.
when
Yeah. Yeah. I
Sega
remember.
Sega was fighting Nintendo, the
Mm-hmm.
console wars. That shit is so antiquated. Well, console exclusives sell consoles. No, they don't.
No.
The Xbox One is proof of this.
Hell, the Xbox One. Look at the best selling games. When the best selling games are the rival platform, and I don't think any of them are PlayStation games. Well, that what pushed PlayStation? Call of Duty and Minecraft and all that shit.
Yes, yes, yes. Multi-platform games from other publishers. We are no longer unlimited production, and I'm gonna go back in time to probably when you were a kid.
Hmm.
We are not living in the times when PlayStation was the end all be all back in 1996, 97, 98, 99, when
Hmm.
there were games you probably never even heard of, but they were a reason to buy a PlayStation, like
Yes.
Rival Schools, United by Fate, Gran Turismo, Soul Blade, Parappa the Rapper, Crash Bandicoot, which is now an Xbox game, crazy enough. Those days are gone, man. Those days are gone. And if you look at what PlayStation is an entity which now can only publish one or two games a year, while Xbox is publishing 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 games a
Yes.
year. Xbox has all the power now. They have all the publishing power. They have all the leverage, especially after beating the FTC. And I just do not understand what this feeling is that Xbox has betrayed their fan base.
Yeah,
How? We're eating good over here.
yeah.
We're eating better than we ever have.
They feel that way because they want to rub in the face of some like Eternal the gamer who's in the chat and he's trying to cope about PlayStation, right? About them only having a few games a year, and that's a good strategy because they get 30% for every Xbox game sold. It's still, the same stupid shit. They pretend to be business experts, not knowing what he's talking about, and they want it. They want to be on these podcasts and in their chats brag, saying that stupid shit to them and trying to rage bait them. But that's why I say, man, you got to get that console war mentality out of here. You're gonna sound as silly as Eternal the Gamer does in my chat, trying so desperately to pretend that he's smarter than me because he's worshiping PlayStation and upset that we aren't mad at this at Xbox running a business. Oh no, a business tries to make money. Oh man, I should be so upset. Well, it's Monica, who gives a shit? That's what businesses do, and good businesses find strategies that work. And if this is gonna work for Xbox and we keep getting games, I'm good. I'm real good. But what and yeah, and people people like he man is well, not he man, but
Man,
people like
yeah,
people like
that
our
nigga,
friends.
that nigga's involved too. All we only turn yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got the war too.
Right, yeah. We got some good friends who hate Sony more than Sony
Hate
wants to.
him.
Yeah, and
I
that's
hate him too. But goddamn,
yeah,
unlimited. There comes a time. You see, I've gotten older now, so I'm
mhm,
not trying to be as smart as unlimited production. I've gotten kind of older, and when you get older, you get this shit called wisdom. It took
yeah,
me a long fucking time, and it took me as far as an Xbox gamer. It took me a while to see their strategy. I wasn't with it at first, but I'm like, yo, like they are they're really out to dominate gaming by having their fucking games be everywhere. And like, I don't see how that's a bad thing. I don't see how, you know what? It's a bad thing, Unlimited, if you need ammunition to go on Twitter with Jabari.
yeah.
Then it's a bad thing. But if you're a gamer who this fucking Friday or Thursday is getting the Outer Worlds, boom, and then who knows? It's like
It's been playable since last week.
Game Pass has been on fire this entire year. We've been getting treated royally because of these moves,
Yeah.
and it all started about what 7 or 8 years ago with the acquisition of Mojang, the
Hmm.
people that make the Minecraft. And we did like,
Oh,
what the
they
fuck you
bought
doing
that.
buying?
Yeah, they bought that back in like 2012.
Like, what the fuck are you doing buying fucking Minecraft? Well, that's for
Yeah,
kids.
right,
They had,
right.
they had no idea they were building a war chest.
Yeah,
Award chest to buy these other publishers. And I know you all, the guy in the comments section of PlayStation do. Yo, man, you rock out with PlayStation. That's great. Then
yeah,
rock out with PlayStation, man. Do that.
yeah.
But I mean, the world is changing, and you either
Yeah.
change with it or you keep having these silly, hurtful feelings over these plastic boxes. It's ridiculous. It ain't coping. It's waking the fuck up and understanding that these companies are going to make business moves. And I'm like, I really got my friends mad a couple of days ago
Hmm.
unlimited production, but I know you know this, that you and I are just numbers to Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah, yeah,
That's all we are.
yeah.
Why are you going to get upset? Because fucking Halo go into fucking. So Random Biz says, Erok, they are giving up. I don't know how you guys refuse to see that Microsoft. What's that say?
It's bowing out of because there's no reason to own the Xbox.
And you know what, Random Biz, that's your opinion. I
Yeah.
respect it, but
Well, let me say this to random vids. Can you prove that to me? Because what I see are games are still day one on Game Pass that we can buy. By the way, I don't know why people pretend that's not a thing because Game Pass they're still making hardware. They just released the handheld. So can you prove to me how they're getting out? Like show me. Don't give me opinion. I don't want to hear opinion. I don't want to hear. Oh, but I think. Don't say I think. Give me a definitive proof that they're quitting on gaming. Show me where they're not invested in games. Show me where they're not invested in Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, I want the definitive proof. Don't tell me. I'm done with opinions because your opinions don't. It's we're not this subject since we're not going to agree on it. I want definitive proof, and then Oh, that's the only way I could be swayed on this, random vids and eternal gamer. It's with definitive proof that Xbox has given up because and by the way, they're going to have a financial report this Wednesday, and if Xbox financial report is awful, then again, that's the type of shit that I need to see at this point.
Yeah, I've never, our thing here at Random Vids isn't a cult. Our thing is to spread awareness, spread information, and to get the word of Xbox out there about how good you guys got it and don't realize it. I would say to you this, Random Vids, you seem like an intelligent dude. I like the thumbnail. I've never in history seen. Well, Six Layer, you make a point, but I wouldn't call them morons. I would have a couple of years ago, but I'm a little bit older
Yeah,
now. The thing is, like, man, let them have their opinion, right?
yeah,
It's okay. But the thing is, Random Vids, I've never seen a what is it? A $800 billion company owned by a $3 trillion company bow out of gaming.
right.
I've never seen that. I've never seen a $800 billion company owned by a $3 trillion company by this many publishers. And now that they're the number one publisher on PlayStation, do you think that that's going to make them leave gaming? No. It looks to me like, I'm just going to call it where I see it. I see a hostile takeover of gaming before Tencent tries it. The
Yeah.
real enemy, those motherfuckers over in China, before Tencent tries it, because it looked like Tencent for a while, they were going to be a threat. They've kind of quieted down now because we've heard nothing from Tomb Raider. But I mean, Xbox just came out with the Rogue Ally. They have announced new hardware. So he says Game Pass itself promotes the practice of not purchasing games. That is a fact, not an opinion. Well, Random Bids, it is an opinion because every game that's been in Game Pass that I've liked, I've bought. Okay. Um, Unlimited production. Don't you usually buy a game you like off a Game Pass?
Yeah, all the time, all the time.
So that's money we would not have spent otherwise because you get to try a game before you buy it. And I
Yeah.
would much rather try a game on Game Pass than get stuck paying $80 for a game, got to take it back to Game Pass, a brick and mortar store who's going to tell me, well, you're only going to get $30 for your trade in. He also says, why would I buy an Xbox or any of their first party games when I can have access to the library on PC? Well, that's the whole.
Microsoft don't care.
That's the whole exact. Random Vids, my dude, because you're being civil here, man, and respect to you about that. Listen, that's the whole point, bro. You ain't gotta buy an Xbox. They
Yeah.
don't need you, Random Vids, sir. They don't need you to buy an Xbox. They just want you to buy their games. And it took me a long time to get with that. They don't
Hmm.
need you. They don't need you to buy the the razor anymore. They want you to buy the blades. And this was the business model that Sega Genesis was talking about years ago. And I didn't understand what the fuck they were talking about when Sega said, we're losing money on Genesis. And I'm like, how are you losing money on Sega Genesis? It's like the number one selling console in the 90s. And they're like, no. We make money off of the software, dude. We don't make money off of the hardware. We make money off of the software. So Microsoft has always been a software company since 1982 with Flight Simulator. You can look this up and back up my facts. Microsoft has
Yes.
always been a software company first, a hardware company second after 2001 with the introduction of the Xbox.
Hmm.
Okay, they are a software company and they are trying to close in the market. And Random Bits, I know change is scary, but change is what's happening, and
Yeah.
there's nothing that can be done about it. Like they don't need you to buy an Xbox. That's what I'm for. That's what unlimited production is for. That's what maybe a new dude who walks into Best Buy and is curious about a console. That's for them to and us to buy an Xbox. It's for you to buy the software, dude. And that's what you guys are doing. And the numbers show it. Here's the article. 6 of the 10 best-selling games on PlayStation last quarter in the US were published by Microsoft. The numbers are in front of you. All you got to do is do research. You don't have to come into this podcast to get that. It's easily Googled. So I would tell everybody change is inevitable, and Xbox has
Mhm.
pivoted. They did what smart businesses do.
Yes.
Um, Vante says MFers come in here and just regurgitate dumbass talking points and narratives from YouTubers who have no clue what they talk about. You know what, man? It
Yeah,
is what
probably.
it is. What it is, Vante. because those YouTubers you're talking about, they have a huge engagement, and I
Yeah.
used to get mad about that shit. Because me and Hebot and me out there, my little 1,000 subscribers, were trying to spread the truth. It didn't matter, man. It didn't matter because some other motherfuckers had bigger engagement. What matters today to you as an Xbox gamer is that you have plenty of games to play. You have more games to play than any other platform, and that's the truth. Those are the facts, and facts will never agree with people's feelings. This podcast this morning was to address the fact that people need to relax and stop with this doom and gloom shit, because the company that should be having doom and gloom are the companies that aren't making any money. And Microsoft ain't that. We're in a business where money talks and bullshit walks. And with these figures here, with these figures that Unlimited Production keeps putting up, like, again, how is Xbox the number one publisher on PlayStation? How did that happen? How did you PlayStation gamers let that happen? Well, no offense, but you're busy in here in the Xbox podcast in the comment section. You should be out buying those PlayStation games. You should be out buying multiple copies of God of War, all 2,400 copies of The Last of Us, and the Blasphemous Remastered. They should be buying them games to get them numbers up. How do you let Microsoft and Xbox become the number one publisher on PlayStation? That's mind-boggling to me. But it just proves that I was wrong about Xbox's strategy, and Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer was right. Phil Spencer, Unlimited Production, he never even answers this shit anymore because they're beyond it. They've moved on. But we do have friends, and we have people in the community that they hate PlayStation so much, and they hate guys like Random Vid so much. They hate you because you're a PlayStation dude, and I used to hate you too because you're a PlayStation dude. But now that I'm older, I'm like, man, you don't know this guy. He chose PlayStation. Okay, fine. That's like me going around hating a dude that watches AEW. Man, that's your prerogative or hating a Marvel fan. Like, man, look, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. But I want to present facts to you guys. You guys have been saying Xbox have been getting out of the gaming business for 13 years. And you've been wrong for 13 years. So like Unlimited Production says, when you present us with some facts, we will entertain those facts and debate those facts. But until then, y'all have been wrong about everything. MGB has been wrong. All these guys have been wrong about shit.
I mean, Xbox been dead so long that I'm surprised that they were able to buy Activision, Bethesda, have a new console coming out next
A
year.
handheld.
Yeah, because I mean, damn, they're just dead. According to the chat, nobody has a need for Xbox and all this shit.
When you fire up your Xbox this morning, it says no signal ain't coming on.
Yeah. Just be staring at a screen.
That's right. There's no need for an Xbox anymore. Yeah, but y'all keep buying their games though, so apparently there is. The facts don't jibe with. No, you know what? Six there is crazy because these guys, their opinions don't jibe with the facts. I get it, man. It must piss. Why does it piss y'all off so much that we're having fun over here on Xbox? Why, if Xbox is this doomed brand that y'all say they are, why are you even here?
Yeah.
I am not going to report on a fucking New York Giants fucking podcast. Nigga, y'all may have beat the Eagles once, but y'all motherfuckers are still what? Fucking
like 2-5.
2-6 or some shit. Yeah. I am not going to a Giants. So if Xbox is doing so bad, why are y'all here? So Coco Fiends said, why Gears didn't sell? Well, like, not every game is going to sell. You may have an outlier like Forza Horizon that sells. I don't think they care about that at this point. I think they care more about engagement and getting the shit out there. And there's nothing that either I or Limited Production can do about it. So seething about it and being mad and being like, oh, we hate PlayStation. That's not helping us. What's helping us is Friday, I'm going to spend my $30 and buy Keeper because I enjoy Keeper. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Keeper, I was asked why didn't Keeper sell millions? Well, the same reason that Gravity Rush didn't. Listen, here's the truth about quality games. Quality games does not guarantee sales, right? And this is something. And this is something that I've always heard in regards to entertainment, Erock. Well, if you just make it good, people gravitate toward it. No, not really. Not really. Sometimes the success is a lightning in a bottle situation, like that Minecraft movie, which I haven't seen. I don't know if it's good or not, but I know it was ultra successful earlier this year. So sometimes you get situations like the classic Star Wars films, which was a cultural phenomenon back in the late '70s, early '80s, and with gaming, it's the same way. So that was so a lot of times that's been the case with games this whole all my life. Plenty of great games that are forgotten at the time didn't sell. It's a normal part of gaming.
And you can ask that question about any brand. Why didn't
Yeah.
foreclosure? Why didn't foreclosure sell millions on PlayStation? Why didn't Returnal sell millions on PlayStation? Why you don't try games? What's that say? I can't see it. What's that
It
say?
says you don't try games or buy them, Erock. You just play Game Pass. Because apparently he lives in your house and watches what you do.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
and that's an eternal. I know that you're throwing a hissy fit in the chat because I'm not addressing. It's because of stuff like this. Y'all just want to argue, and you're in the wrong chat if you want to argue with somebody with these comments, man. I don't mind having a discussion with you, but sometimes, man, it shows like this. You think that you're gonna get a rise out of me, and you're talking to the
let me
wrong
let
guy,
me
man.
let me I'll entertain. Let me ask you a question, Jackknife One. Let's just say you're completely wrong though, because I own about 1,200 video games, and
Yeah.
a lot of those games I bought because I tried them on Game Pass. Let's just say I don't buy any games. I only play them on Game Pass. What's that? What's the matter to you? How does that affect your life? Does it make your life any better or any worse?
No,
Does it,
he's one of them pseudo business experts who know more than everybody on Xbox. But I can't find what business he runs though. But he clearly knows more than them. So when he says that, he does it in this fake concern for Xbox of, oh, if you're not buying games, see that's why Xbox is dead. And that's the type of response he's going to say in the chat to your response.
well, we'll see how dead Xbox is when they release their quarterly financials this week. And mind you, they're the only company that even does that,
Yeah.
because Nintendo has offices in America,
Yep.
PlayStation has offices in America, and they never give their quarterly financials because they don't want to.
Yeah. Um.
Nintendo,
I,
Nintendo does not care about change, and they're doing fine. They're doing fine now, but here's what you don't know:
yeah.
Nintendo almost went out of business in 2014 because of the failure of the Wii U.
Yep.
So there's no such thing as a company doing fine. Anytime 20th Century Fox got sold,
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers was about to get sold, WCW got sold, Sega went out of the hardware business, Atari got out of the hardware business, 3DO got out of. See, I'm a little bit older than you guys, a turn of the gamer. So I've been gaming since before you was born, probably since before your dad was born, probably since around 1981. So I know it's hard for you to believe, but I've seen these companies come and go. These companies have come and went, right? So
Yeah.
don't think that Nintendo is going to be around forever. Don't think that PlayStation is going to be around forever. Man, I've seen stranger things. In fact, you
Mm-hmm.
guys are so young, you don't even realize that I was a young man. I was about what 24, 25 when PlayStation came into existence.
Oh
A lot of
wow.
you, a lot of you don't even know how PlayStation came into existence. They PlayStation exists because of Nintendo, a
Yep.
mistake Nintendo made. But y'all don't know that because these Japanese brands you worship, you don't know shit about them. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
anything about business, and it's cool. You're just in here to try to get a rise out of us. And I'm telling all you guys now, respectfully, you can no longer get a rise out of Erock X because I'm not emotionally attached to this shit anymore.
Yep.
Unlimited Production and I are enjoying gaming over on Xbox. There's nothing you're going to say to make us buy a PlayStation. There's nothing you can say to make us buy a Nintendo. There's nothing you can say. Why would we leave an ecosystem? Why would we leave an ecosystem that gives us 4 generations of backwards compatibility,
Mm-hmm.
almost 30 to 40 games in Game Pass every damn month, and whether you want to buy them, you can. Whether you want to keep them, you can. Or whether you want to play them or not buy them, you can. That's what you pay Game Pass for, man. It's called
Yeah.
having choices. And I'd rather have choices than not have any choices over these Japanese consoles that you love so much, where they tell you you got to pay $80 for Mario Kart. You got to pay $120 for Pokemon Black. You got to pay $80 for Wolverine. No thanks, man. I'm good where I'm at. And
Yeah.
that bothers y'all. It shouldn't bother you. Why does what someone else is doing bother you? That's why we're having this conversation this morning, because I don't get why Xbox gamers are saying, "Oh, I feel betrayed." You feel betrayed because you want to argue with random vids. You want to argue with these guys in the comment section. You want to
Hmm.
argue with these PlayStation fanboys. Like Unlimited Production said years ago, the winners don't argue with the losers.
Yes.
There's Makio. Thank you for the $5 in the chat. What does
Mhm.
that say, Unlimited?
It says, you know how you let someone borrow money and secretly they resent you? Microsoft blessed their anemic library and they resent them. Yeah.
Yo, man, that's on point, Daz.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
on point.
yeah.
And so,
It seems like they're angrier now than we are about this shit, man.
man, they angrier than our friends. Like, damn,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah.
Oh my god. But
Oh, got
anyway,
another. Hold on, another super chat from Kenneth
oh
Williams.
wow.
Thank you for the $2. Xbox not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, yeah, we know that. I know that the people on the other side, they've convinced themselves the last 13 years. By the way, could you imagine thinking Xbox is dead for 13 years and still in someone's chat like
That's
mine,
crazy.
telling us that it's dead?
Could you imagine being Dreamcast guy and Crap Gamer and making Xbox is Dead videos for 10 years? I'm still trying to wrap my head. Crap Gamer wasted 10 years of his life. Of his
Yeah,
life. Fighting with Xbox because Phil Spencer embarrassed him in a chat back in 2015 about Quantum Break going to PC. Yes, children, that happened. That's how long we've been around.
yeah,
That to me is mind-boggling that this dude wasted that much of his life instead of instead of fucking I don't know, man, building a better mousetrap. I mean, being the first guy to try out Ozempic, which I hear works, by the way. I might look into that shit. But
look at what?
that medicine Ozempic, man, they say that shit
Oh
works.
yeah. Oh,
But anyway, I can't believe that Crap Gamer wasted 10 years of his life
right.
hating
Yeah.
Xbox. What did he get out of it? I mean, yeah, I get his videos are monetized, but what did he get out of it? What do you guys get out of hating Xbox? What did I get out of hating PlayStation? It get Coco Fiend said if Steam is on the next Xbox console, why should I get yo, you make a good point because I hear if you've got the Xbox Rogue Ally, they're playing Spider-Man right now.
Yeah, Spider-Man, God of War, The Last of Us, the other girl game that I hate. Uh, yeah, it's all on PC and playable on the ROG Ally.
So if you get a Rogue Ally, why should you buy a PlayStation? That question is universal. It's universal. Eventually, all these companies, including your precious Nintendo, are going to put their games on other consoles. It's
Yeah,
already happening.
yeah,
Random Vid says, I'm not trolling. I'm asking legit questions. I just want to, and we're giving you
yeah,
genuine responses. And
yeah. And by the way, guys, this isn't the unlimited hangout where I hang out with you and address every single comment. Whenever there's more than one person, we just address, talk comments, sporadically. So don't be offended that I'm not addressing every single comment. This isn't the hangout podcast.
we're addressing Random Vids because he's being respectful and he has legit questions.
Yeah,
And I dig that, man. I hope he stops by again in another podcast. We need PlayStation fans like him who have an open mind and are asking genuine questions.
yeah, yeah.
So let's see. Eternal the Gamer says that Erok guy must have forgot that Nintendo literally laughed Microsoft out of the building when Xbox didn't buy Nintendo law. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I've seen a lot of weird shit happen. Eternal the Gamer. I mean, you might be what 23, maybe 24,
Yeah,
25, 26. I'll give maybe 28. If you're 30, you shouldn't even be in here trolling. I've seen stranger things happen, dude.
mm-hmm.
I've seen WCW at one time, the most powerful wrestling company on the planet, get bought out. I mean, right now, Warner Brothers, fucking
Yes,
Warner Brothers is up for sale. Warner Brothers, one of the most powerful studios that ever fucking existed, okay, is up for sale.
mm-hmm.
So, Stranger Things, America
Yeah,
Online, where are they at right now? So
yeah,
don't
and they ran it. They ran the internet in the '90s.
so Nintendo laughing at that buyout, they might be crying in a couple of years because I was around when Sega It was unthinkable that Sega would ever leave fucking hardware. It was unthinkable. You're a little bit too young. You weren't around during the
Mhm.
early 90s, Steve. It was unthinkable that Sega would ever leave hardware, but they
Yeah.
did. So Nintendo laughing, they might be regretting that shit. So man, never fucking say never. Oh well, AEW won't go out of business. The owner Tony Khan is a billionaire. The thing is, man, when you're spending billions and not getting the money back, billions runs out. And
Mhm.
Nintendo never releases their quarterly financials. I
Yeah.
wonder why.
They
I wonder.
they also don't spend as much as games because that new Turbo Pokemon game I read had something I think a $13 million budget, so they could sell 200. I remember I think I was reading that they could sell 200,000 units and make profit.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
Nintendo's a smart company, and
yeah.
no one's not saying they are. They keep their profit margins. They keep their margins low. They
Hmm.
um they they keep the cost of their hardware low by releasing fucking hardware that's outdated, and they don't spend too much money. The fact of the matter is that this industry is always in flux, and you either change with it or you don't. So I mean, listen, man, I wouldn't be sitting here predicting what's going to happen in the future. All Microsoft is doing is leveraging themselves so they're not another Sega. All they're
Right.
doing is leveraging themselves so they're not bought out one year. It is what it is.
Right. Um. Deus Ex said, "What's really scary is that Microsoft even getting close to hitting the 36 profit margin. You can best believe PlayStation will be clocking that. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Look, man, that's the end of the game. That's the most important part to everything we talk about, guys. These are companies. Their most important goal is to make money. In the case of Microsoft and I think Sony, these public companies, it's also pleasing shareholders. So, yeah, so yeah, the goal's high, man. It's goals high. So let's see if
We,
they reach it and keep giving us everything.
and again, at the end of the day, man, I know this hurts. I know this hurts, but I mean, when you get older, man, you come to fucking realizations, and you come to a realization that everybody that was in here arguing about these consoles is just is just we're just numbers. Every last one of you, all you PlayStation owners, the Xbox owners, we're just numbers. So hold on, what's this? Random bit says Erok don't bring up crap. He just posts for clout on both sides. None of his content should be. Um, I don't know what that means.
Should be taken seriously. As in, the crap game just post bullshit for clout
Oh
most of the
yeah,
time.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
right. Yeah, he's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, he's right. He's right about that. He's right about that. Listen, guys, we are. It took me a long while to realize that the way that one of my favorite companies, WWE, looks at me is
hmm
I'm just a number,
yeah.
and it really hurt to find out that Xbox looks at us as just numbers, and
Yeah. Oh,
PlayStation and Nintendo looks at y'all as just numbers.
I slightly disagree. I admit, maybe it's because of how I am. I always knew I was a number. Listen,
Well, you're
I've been
intelligent.
saying, yeah, I've been saying for years on this channel that it's okay to be a fan, but don't think these companies like you like that. And for some reason, people still think these companies are sitting out here specifically telling the homie Yasai Baez, but what's up, Baez? Um, that oh man, we're here for you type shit. Like all them commercials in 2020 when Bank America put out commercial, oh, we're here for you, even though they even though
Foreclosing.
even though they wouldn't help my mom out when her bank got hacked in 2020 and
Whew.
all that shit, man.
Man, I mean, I know it hurts to hear all of this stuff. So, I would tell people, man, just enjoy the products. That's all.
Yeah,
Like, look, listen, man. I mean, you talking to the biggest fool, man. You talking to the biggest fool. I'm Erock X. I got a look at my fucking my avatar there. It's got a little fucking Xbox fucking stamp on his fucking face. And I still love the Xbox brand. I enjoy their product. That's
yeah,
as far as it goes, man.
yeah,
The days of me drawing my sword to, oh, we got a PlayStation fan in the comments. We got to get him up out of here. Who the hell? We got a clown on the sky. Why? But why though? Why? These guys are making business decisions. You don't have to like them, but at the end of the day, this shit going to keep on rolling. There's going to be more Xbox games come on fucking PlayStation. There's going to be more PlayStation games come on. I never thought in a million years, what timeline are we living in? that you go to the Xbox game store and look up this game called Helldivers, and it says PlayStation Studios LLC, Limited
Right.
Liability Company. What kind of fucking reality are we living in?
Right.
The PlayStation games are now for sale on the Xbox store. That's the world we're living in. You don't have to like it. Our friends don't have to like it. You guys in the comments they gotta like it, but it is what it is. And it's not about coping, it's about accepting reality.
Right.
And if you can accept reality, you can move on with your life.
You'll be much happier, man. Listen, the two things I say is just accept reality and get off social media. Your life's gonna be a lot more peaceful.
And this guy figured this shit out in his 30s. It took me to my damn middle 50s to find this shit out. Like, get off social media, man. Get off fucking social media. It's not good. I do miss Instagram though. Instagram was nothing but titties and ass. But I don't want to be involved in anything that I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy arguing with people. I don't enjoy negative videos. I used to watch these videos by these guys called Geeks and Gamers. I mean, they kept complaining.
Yeah.
They kept complaining about Star Wars all the time. They're like, okay, after the 100th Star Wars sucks video, that's when you got to tap out. Enough of this shit.
That's how it happened. And someone like Critical Drinker was like, he doesn't make a single positive video ever.
Yes,
I'm beyond the point of hating shit that I don't like for the sake of it, man. At some point, I want to see. At some point, I rather you just talk about what you like than continue hating on Star Wars or continue hating on Rings of Power, and so on.
Unlimited production, man, and I'm not clowning these guys. I'm gonna catch it later from them. Our close friends in the internet community and in the podcast community legitimately hate PlayStation.
Yes,
and I did too until I realized, to me in my life, like you, PlayStation is irrelevant. They've been irrelevant for years. They've been irrelevant. I don't care how many boxes they claim they've sold. I remember a different PlayStation. Okay, and only you OGs will know who Parappa the Rapper is.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Exclusively exists for a reason, and anybody thinks that otherwise is only fooling themselves. Well, if exclusives matter, then why did Helldivers come to fucking Xbox? If exclusives matter, then why are motherfuckers with the Rogue Ally right now?
Why are the 6 of the top 10 best-selling games not Sony?
Yo, here it is right in front of you. It's right in front of you, dog. It's right in front of you. Y'all number one selling game over there on PlayStation is motherfucking, what's that shit? Fortnite? Come on, dude. Like Eternal the Gamer. Look, I understand it, man. You stuck in the old way of thinking. And ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm not here to fucking clown you, my dude. I don't even know you, right? But we have the numbers now. Exclusivities exist for a reason. What reason is that? To sell consoles? That don't apply no more. A good close friend of mine was saying, well, Xbox Erok, they bought Activision. They should have made Call of Duty exclusive to PlayStation, and people would have exclusive to Xbox, and that would have made them buy an Xbox to play Call of Duty. I said, were you willing to roll that dice? Because I happen to know for a fact that guys like the Eternal Gamer ain't never buying an Xbox.
Yeah.
There's dudes out there that ain't never buying an Xbox, man. So what Xbox did was like, okay, well, since you don't want to buy Xbox, you'll buy Call of Duty on your machine. It don't matter how we get the money. We get the money. Yeah. So he says here, he brought up Dreamcast guy, but at least he isn't thinking about rebranding his channel. Like, put that back up. You don't have to.
Yeah, let me address the super chat. Then I'll.
Of course.
Yeah, Emmanuel with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Emmanuel. He says, "Salute to you guys, good Xbox brothers. It's always a good day when Erok blesses up with his presence. New Halo looks insane on you."
Yeah, it does.
But listen. I thought Infinite looked good. Halo the remake looks excellent.
Yeah,
I was impressed. Emmanuel. I was impressed, man. Big time by that Halo campaign evolved remake, and it's going to have new content as well with it, which is always great. I know Zink is. I wish Zink wasn't working right now, man. He would have took over the podcast.
I know. It have turned into a Halo podcast.
Yeah, man. Yo,
yeah, man.
Listen. See our excitement there is why I don't care it's on PlayStation. because I was impressed. I'm still playing. Erok was impressed. Emmanuel's impressed. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Eternal was probably impressed by that shit, man. That looked good, man. That looked good. But let me let me get back to
Oh man.
the Dreamcast. Yeah.
Oh man, I shouldn't buy Halo a campaign
Yeah.
Evolve because Lord, I don't know anybody on my block or in a 5 mile radius has a PlayStation. I don't know. I don't walk in those circles. He brought up Dreamcast guy, but at least he isn't thinking about rebranding his channel like Xbox channels are to be all gaming.
Why should Xbox channel or my channel or anybody? First of all, you don't run my channel, Eternal. You know that, right? So you don't dictate what anybody want to do with their own channel. But listen, man, guys, new information create different results. All right, this is to you guys. When the sun, when it turned out that the Earth revolved around the sun, y'all would have been the ones trying to kill Copernicus, right? Because of new information. That's how y'all sound to me with stuff like this, guys. New info. Why would I hold on to shit Xbox was doing 10 years ago? They done moved on. What I'm gonna do? Stubbornly sit there begging for Halo to stay exclusive when my voice don't matter to Microsoft. So I could either sit here and pretend to be upset and all this other, or I just like, yo, the game Halo looks awesome. Don't care it's on PlayStation. Can't wait till 2026.
Didn't care about Gears of War going over there.
Yeah.
Didn't care about Forza Horizon 5. You know, because I own all the Forzas, and you brought up Dreamcast guy. Yeah, I bring up Dreamcast guy because Dreamcast guy is a grifter. He has really bad acne. He's a fucking grifter. Okay, he's been putting out Xbox hate videos for years, which is his prerogative to do. But like, I don't know that any Xbox guys are rebranding their channels because I'm not on YouTube like that. But the thing is I would like to ask that guy, Eternal the Gamer, why are you so hostile? What don't you have games to play? If your console is so great, you should be on it. Why are you so hostile? And third, why are you in an Xbox podcast? I don't understand. Yeah. Random Vid said, I agree with Eternal. Exclusives exist for a reason. A corporation should always have an option for their direct competitor doesn't. I don't understand how people hate on exclusivity. Well,
they're not even competition according to Matt Booty, so.
Random vids. No one's hating on exclusivity in gaming. Yeah. No one is hating on that. But the problem is
thinking that it's antiquated doesn't equate hate, guys.
Gamers have been benefiting from these games being cross-platform, and the numbers and the facts show it. Listen, random vids. Dude, I dig every fucking thing you're saying, bro. Random vids, listen to me. I'm not the bad guy. I'm not your enemy, bro. You know what I mean? We can sit down and have a beer one day. Listen, bro, it ain't that random vids. My dude, you seem like you're a little bit older. It ain't that deep, bro. I was that motherfucker. I was that dude. Like, yo, man, we got to keep Sea of Thieves on Xbox. Yo, man, we got to keep this on Xbox. And the facts and figures showed that exclusive games were not selling Xbox. Hell, the facts and figures show that Astrobot isn't selling PlayStation. The facts and figures show that, you know, a lot of those copies of Spider-Man sold were part of packages and buy-ins. Dude, you guys are mad at us because business changed.
Yeah, they're mad at us because we aren't upset, and they thought that they would come here and we'd be like, oh, screw you, Xbox, how can you betray us like this? When guys, again, y'all on the wrong, if you want all that bullshit, y'all on the wrong podcast, because I don't care.
Yeah, and he's saying he don't care because one, he has a life, and two, we have never had this many games over here in the history of Xbox. And I've been buying these damn consoles for 20 years, so I know there has never been a console as top loaded with games as Xbox. Like, that whole console war shit is, oh my God, random vids. Somebody else is over on PlayStation is going to get to play Halo. That random vids, I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit would have made me mad as hell about a year ago. I'm not going front. It would have got me mad a year ago. But as you get older, you see things differently. Things change. And I don't see how console exclusivity helps PlayStation. I don't see how it helps Nintendo. I just said earlier in the podcast that Nintendo could make a fucking mint by putting their Nintendo classics on a collection like Sega did and was smart and selling them to Xbox, selling them to PlayStation. Nintendo will make a ton of money, but they are stuck in the past. PlayStation, eventually, they're going to bring their bigger games over to Xbox. It's an inevitability. Matter of fact, man, this is not a prediction, dude. It's a spoiler. It's already happening. So what Unlimited Production and I chose to do is to just move on with the times. Times are changing. Why are we going to fight the console war? There is no more console war. We're in the content wars. We've been saying that till we blew in the face, right? Unlimited.
Yeah, yeah. And look, I ain't here trying to change nobody's mind, man. I just
No.
speak my thoughts and keep it moving. Coco Fiend says they probably would. In regards to Nintendo laugh in his face about the exclusive comments, that's why there's no innovation, just nostalgia.
Exactly. Like Nintendo hasn't innovated in years. They had the Wii back in 2006 with the motion controls, and I was there when that shit went viral because it was
Yeah,
on Good Morning America,
I
it was
hate
on The
that fucking
View,
concept.
it was on all of the fucking morning talk shows, and everybody was like, "Look, look, look!" Oprah Winfrey was exercising with it,
Right.
and it went viral. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. So
It went viral, but it had a lot of shovelware. That console. Oh man.
So so
I hate.
so Eternal says, ask Erock, was he serious when he said he never thought he'd see Helldivers 2 on Xbox Store? What's bigger, Helldivers 2 on Xbox Store or Halo on PS2 Store? It doesn't matter. And I'll tell you
Yeah.
why it doesn't matter. Because Halo Campaign Evolved is a 23-year-old game. It doesn't matter that it's in the PlayStation Store. It also doesn't matter because it's coming to Game Pass. I don't have to pay for it unless I want to. You have to pay 60, 70, or $80 for it. So, I mean, if you think that's a win because Halo's in the PlayStation Store, then man, think what you want to think. I see that as an L for you. It's not an L. If you want to play Halo, you can play Halo now. There's more money going in the Xbox's pocket. So you guys, basically Eternal the Gamer, are funding the next game that goes in the Game Pass. So I'm not fighting what you do. Eternal, I'm thanking you. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Please keep buying Xbox games because every time you buy an Xbox game, you are funding The Outer Worlds 2. You are funding Clockwork Revolution. You are funding our next games coming to Game Pass. So you, Eternal the Gamer, are actually the hero of this story, not me. So thank you.
Yeah.
Unlimited
Yeah.
Production.
My
We,
two
we,
cents.
we can't change hearts and minds. All we can do is
No. No. No.
we're
No.
here to, and that's not our job. That's not what we're here
No.
for. We're here to explain that I think the Xbox people reaction to Halo going to PlayStation is again ridiculous, just like the price increase was ridiculous. And just like whatever the fuck Xbox does next week, their reaction on that, Unlimited, it's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Whatever pisses them off next week. Yeah. Yeah. Helldivers 2 on the Xbox Store versus Halo. It's again. This is where we're going, guys. There will be eventually. Eternal. You might deny it now, but we're in the never say never era. Ask me this again when God of War hits Xbox eventually in some time. You know that's where we're going, guys. Y'all, I remember when a lot of your PlayStation, not you specifically, because you weren't, I wasn't doing this podcast or nothing by then. But I remember hearing back in the day from PlayStation guys that Sony would never degrade the PlayStation brand by putting their games on PC. That's what they were saying about 7 or so years ago.
Yeah,
And then what happened? They started put damn near all their games are making their way to PC in some form.
man, the world is changing, man. I'm gonna mention this, and we're gonna get out of here because you can always correlate what happens in one business to other businesses. I was around back in the early '80s, man, when the WWE was still the WWF, right?
Yes.
And back then, there was all these other wrestling promotions all across the country. There were wrestling companies in Minnesota, the Pacific Northwest, Los Angeles. Every little place, every little corner had their own wrestling company. Vince McMahon took WWF National, and he said, "Listen, Minnesota, Pacific Northwest. Okay, you don't want to buy a ticket to WWE, or you don't want to come over here to watch us? we'll come to where you're at and sell tickets. And he did it. And slowly but surely, man, these other companies went out of business. And it was so hard for people to accept that they couldn't watch their AWA anymore. It was so hard for people to accept that, what's this guy doing, man? Things are changing. WWF is getting too big, and you WWF fans are coping. And I'm like, we heard it all then. We're going to hear it. Things change. And I think it's important for people to just look at this in context. And the context is more people get to play great games. Xbox isn't going anywhere. Obviously, Sarah Bond just announced more hardware, right? So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You guys don't have to like this. You know what I mean? And if you're a PlayStation fan, I don't see how you're complaining. I don't see how you are upset. How are you upset that Halo is coming to PlayStation? But like Unlimited Production said, you want me to be upset. Why would I be upset about that? That PlayStation's getting a 23-year-old video game? That's ridiculous. It has no bearing on my life whatsoever. We're going to move on. In fact, man, me and Unlimited, we got to get ready for the Outer Worlds. Like what, Friday or Thursday?
No. It already released.
It already released?
Yeah. Well, the Okay. You know how Xbox does. They always do the early release edition, like they did, with South of Midnight and Starfield and all the other games. So that's why I was playing it since last week.
And listen, I might not even like the Outer Worlds, but it's there.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I know you do, because I've seen you playing it before. But here's the thing about the production: it's there, ain't it? Yeah. It's there, and we ain't got to pay for it if we don't want to.
Yeah.
See, yeah. I like to have choices. Yeah. I like to have choices. I like to have choices, man. I like to have choices.
Man, the PlayStation guys are now dominating the chat. Guys, how did you feel when Xbox got Metal Gear? Honestly, I didn't even think much of that. To be fair, when Metal Gear went to PlayStation, went to Xbox, I was probably in high school, so I really didn't care then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad it got Random Bitch. I'm glad it got Metal Gear because I actually owned Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty. And I think I owned Metal Gear Solid 4 when it was on PlayStation 3. So, me, Unlimited Production, and one of our colleagues, Hebot and Sega Man, we're into this game preservation shit, right? Yeah. So, like, the fact that Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3 came to Xbox, that's cool, man, because, for dudes like me who like to go back and relive Unlimited into the nostalgia. But for me to be able to, no, he said that emphatic me. For me to be able to go back and play the first Metal Gear Solid, that's cool, man. That's a good thing, bro. That's a good thing. Even like, look, I didn't like Death Stranding, but there's somebody on Xbox that liked that shit. I haven't played Helldivers, but there's somebody on Xbox that's playing that shit. That ain't a bad thing. That's a good thing, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that the baseball game was the first one to crack the ceiling, right? What's that shit?
MLB The Show, yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of weird seeing a PlayStation logo on Xbox, but we got over it and moved on, dude.
Yeah.
We got over it and moved on.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story for this with me. It's just, it was novel at first. It was surprising at first, and I see Jackknife try to just 4 games. Yeah, that was back in January, and it turned out that was wrong. Hey, like I said, new information means you're going to adjust to new information, and what I'm not going to do is hold on to some shit they said back in January or last year. They just start to go this path. Cool, do what you got to do.
Guess what, dude? Guess what, Jackknife? Guess what? Your corporations and your leaders who you voted for lie to you every fucking day. Yeah. They lie to you every fucking day. The economy's going to get better. Prices ain't going to get higher. Guess what the fuck happened? Triple H, the guy. Well, he's not in charge of WWE. TKO. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're not going to raise prices. Guess what the fuck happened? So it is what it is. And so Eternal the Gamer is like, we ain't got to pay for it. There it goes again at Jackknife. Yeah, and Eternal the Gamer, guess what, dude? With all due, it sounds like you pissed about that, bro. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds like you pissed because you got to pay $80 for everything, whether you want to or not. And we don't have
better. You're not better than us because you buy all your games at full price.
You're actually stupid,
that, right?
No. He deserves this. You're actually fucking stupid because the developers don't care. We're helping other developers. You don't give a shit about the developers. You don't. None of you do. You care about bragging rights and coming in here and talking shit. And you're mad. You're mad, Eternal Gamer, whatever your real name is. Hey, I tried to be civil with you, bro. I tried to be civil with you, but you don't want to be civil. So it is what it is. You PlayStation guys have always been mad at Game Pass. The Game Pass exists. You're mad because we have choices over here. That's right. That's right. I pay $360 a year for Game Pass. So if I don't have to buy a game, that's my prerogative. Okay? What does it matter to you? Why you worried about my motherfucking pockets, nigga? Why you worried about how I'm spending my money? I don't care how you spend your money, bro. You know, I tried to keep this civil, but you brought it there. You are mad because over on PlayStation, y'all don't have choices. Y'all had to pay $80 for Returnal and $80 for Forspoken, and them games was shit. That's your problem. We don't have that problem over here. Okay, we decide what we want to buy. If I want to pay money for Expedition 33, that's up to me. If not, it's in Game Pass. I can play it whenever I want. We have choices over here. I know that burns y'all the fuck up.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Eternal. Why does it bother you that what another man spends his money on? You know what I'm saying? Why does that anger you? But let me get back to somebody who's actually likes us. Emmanuel once said, "What's your rating on the Outer Worlds 2 so far unlimited?" Yeah, man. Like I said, there's a good chance this could be, and this had been a tough year for Game of the Year for me, but this is up there, man. It's up there. First of all, the first thing you're going to notice if you beat the first one, like I did, the animations are. You could tell there's a lot more money put into this.
Nice.
Everything just looks so much better. It's the way the characters moves and the animations are just so much smoother. The most important thing, Emmanuel, the gameplay is excellent. The gameplay is absolutely excellent, man. And the story so far, it's kind of got, it mixes its balance with it, the humorous and the tone. But so far, I haven't met all the companions yet, but they're likable, which is always good in these type of games because it's like Mass Effect, where you bring two other companions with you on missions and stuff and things like that. But yeah, everything so far, it's off, and this is a game that also beat earlier this year. It's off to a better start than Avowed was, and I enjoyed Avowed, but this is even better than Avowed. Like Obsidian crushed it this year with 3 games.
They doing it.
Yo, it's impressive, man. It's impressive, Eternal. This is now a PlayStation channel. Now it'll never be, but y'all sure in the chat today. I'll say that.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. We getting ready. Once we get off here, man, this week we get ready to play the Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden just came out.
I forgot about Ninja Gaiden 4. Damn. Man. It sure sucks to play Game Pass and not buy games. It sure
every week. Every week there's some new game hitting Game Passes. Power Wash simulators hitting Game Passes.
These free games is killing me over here.
but we shouldn't play them because even though we pay for the subscription, we should buy it as well. You guys, man.
I should drop like fucking $2,000 on games to help the developers. Man, the developers can kiss my ass.
The way the PlayStation fans are fuming, the way the PlayStation fans are fuming that we don't have to buy every game day one at full price. I should rename the podcast the "We Don't Buy No Games" podcast, man.
Exactly.
Even though every year I do a collection video.
Yo, for real, right? Right. Even though, like, every time I look, you can go into the Xbox in the settings to see what your purchases are. Even though, man, I done spent too much money this month on fucking games and shit. We don't buy no. See, here's what you don't know. Xbox has like sales like fucking every other day, unlike PlayStation. So that's where all of our money goes. Yeah, I wait for them shit to come on sale because I'm not just spending money willy-nilly. That kind of thing happens when you're like me and Unlimited. You got a fucking house and fucking he got a mortgage and you got fucking shit like property taxes and shit. You know what I mean? You start to smarten up about shit. So I regret dropping fucking $50 on that goddamn, what's that, Black Myth Wukong? My money back, man. For that shit. And you warned me. You did. You warned me. Said, Eli, so like they ain't gonna like it. You was right. He was right.
Emmanuel A1 said PlayStation gamers rather come to an Xbox podcast to play that dog shit Ghost of Yotai. Imagine that. Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. Listen. They don't bother me. And they don't bother me anymore. It's just that I wish they wouldn't flood the chat right now, though. Cause my thing, I just don't be feeling like arguing. Like Eternal Gamer, this is the shit that be getting you blocked sometimes, man. Is when you say it's not a simple game, as if we're idiots, man. Don't talk. Listen, that's the one thing I be telling y'all. Don't be talking down to me or anybody in the chat or any of my friends like Erok. You're not smart enough to play Death Stranding. It's a boring fucking game. Get over it.
No. What I am is I'm too smart to sit around and walk for like 83 minutes and shit.
Yeah.
Walk back 80 like 5 hours of walking and fucking 30 minutes of actual gameplay. No,
Yeah.
I'm good, dog. And here's the thing: I actually paid for the fucking game, but you know what my buying habits are. So me and Unlimited actually bought the fucking game, and I still want my fucking money back.
Yo, Eternal, post your game collection, man. I told you last week I would legitimately watch your collection video since you post it, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Post it, and I'll leave you alone about that shit, man.
You have no problem buying games. Ain't good for you, motherfucker. I've been buying games since your ass was in diapers, nigga. What you like? I mean, like we try to keep shit civil here, but when people assume stuff and come in here, why does it bother Erok that I buy my games? No, nigga, it don't bother me at all what you do. That's where you wrong.
Yeah,
I said, I'm calling you stupid for saying that I'm making a mistake by being wise with my money instead of just throwing money away, because I did that for years before Game Pass existed. I would just throw money away on these games. Throw money away, buy games. And when they sucked, what do? You take them to GameStop, right? And GameStop tell you that game you paid $50, $60 for is only worth $20. So Game Pass came and started giving me a choice, and I was able to curate what I buy and start using my brains instead of just throwing money. But hey, man, you do.
Apparently, we could pay for. Game Pass is the only subscription service that you're supposed to pay but not use. Apparently,
yeah. I'm not angry. I'm just making sure they true colors. What true colors? The only person that's been angry. The only person that's hot. The only person that's coming in here with bullshit is you. Everybody else kept it civil.
Yeah.
You. It seems like everywhere you go, whether it's Mr. 100's podcast, which I haven't been on in a while, whether it's any podcast by Hebot, it's always you with the dumb shit. Dude, look, it's clear you want to buy an Xbox because you in an Xbox fucking podcast. Then just buy one or don't. Whatever you do, man, is cool.
Apparently, he owns one, but
I don't believe it. I don't believe it for 2 seconds. I don't believe it.
Yeah. Look, I don't believe it. Eternal, you could always easily spell it, man. Just post your collection video, and I'll give you whatever props there. But Emmanuel said, "Hell yeah!" By the way, we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes, guys. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's good to hear. I was worried about the graphics of first preview, but the final game. Oh, dude, yeah, it looks so much better than the first one, Emmanuel. So much better. I'm finally buying Alan Wake. It's on 20 sale on Xbox Store now. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah,
that's right.
Good. Yeah, I haven't played Alan Wake 2. Hell, I never played the first one, and I've had that game in my collection for years. But I heard pretty good things about that. And with that said,
see, Emmanuel A1 is smart.
Yeah,
he waited for it to come on sale for $20. Yeah. I paid $40 for that shit, I think, last year. So it's nothing wrong with being smart. You know what, man? Though I should have nipped that shit in the bud. But what I don't like a limited production, as you can see now, I'm a lot calmer. I try to keep things civil. I don't like people telling me how to spend my money or how to spend my money.
I can't be told what to do, man.
I can't abide that. I can't.
I can't do the what to think or what to do shit, man. And look, I listen. As you see, I let a lot of shit slide. I don't mind that PlayStation fans and Nintendo fans, all that shit be in that chat. The only thing, I just don't want my chat to be like 100. Like, I love watching 100 show. I can't stand this damn chat because 99% of it is what this chat is kind of turning to right now. Of
it should be a free fall.
Yeah, PlayStation fans just in here trying to get a rise out of you and stuff. And look, again, I don't care that you're a PlayStation fan. But what I don't like is that, us trying to insult anybody that shit. That's the type of stuff I try to nip in the bud. With that said, everybody, we going to call it a day there. Thank you for joining this episode of The Unlimited Truth. You guys have a good rest of your week. And we are out.
Out. Unlimited. Take care, brother. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too.